What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Chance Bishop Show for episode 2 of our MLB The Show 24 Pittsburgh Pirates franchise mode here on the channel. The Pirates, it is opening day here in 2024. The Pirates are down here in South Beach taking on the Miami Marlins. And yeah, I get it. The All-Star game just happened IRL. Why are we just starting opening day? It's honestly, I was waiting on the rosters that I really like. The full minors rosters. It has a lot of the minor league players that aren't actually in the base game. It makes the game a lot more playable. It really does. And it's just one of those things where I always look forward to playing with them every year. And you can't start a franchise without the full minors roster. Now, a lot of the reason why everything gets delayed so much is because they don't have year-to-year saves anymore, which has been brutal for roster creators. But take a look here at the 2024 expected. Expected 72 and 90. G1 Bay 19 stolen bases. They expect Jack Sawinski lead team at home runs with 27. Same thing with WAR with 4. Brian Hayes average 269. G1 Bay, I think I already said 19 stolen bases. Brian Reynolds OPS. So, I mean, it's only kind of boiling down to a couple of players here that I expect to actually do well with the Pirates. And 72 and 90. Honestly, that's about where I expected, if not a little worse, maybe a little better, maybe like 80 and 82, maybe 85, and, you know, maybe a slight winning percentage, but not much better than that. But Braxton Garrett on the mound here for opening day last season, 30 starts, 9-7 with 159 innings pitched, a 3.66 ERA, 115 whips, 156 punch-outs, a 23.7 K rate, and a 4.4 walk rate. Brian Hayes, first at-bat here in the top of the first. That one's going to be flagged down by the second baseman there for the Miami Marlins. Take a look at the lineup here for the Pirates. You got Hayes at third, Joe at first, Reynolds in left, Cruz at short, Sawinski DHing, Michael Taylor in center, McCutchen in right, Grandal behind the plate, and Nick Gonzalez at second. First baseman Connor Joe up, and Joe puts down on the ground. That one's going to be flying by the third baseman over to first in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down now here for the Pittsburgh Pirates as Berger went to Bell. And now here we go. Brian Reynolds up, and Reynolds right back to the second baseman. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning here for Braxton Garrett. And on now the bottom half of the inning as the Marlins are going to send their leadoff man, 2-man, and 3-man to the plate. So Mitch Keller on the mound here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 32 starts last season, 13-9, 104 innings pitched, a 4.21 ERA. A 125 whip, 210 punch-outs, a 25% K rate, and a 6.7% walk rate on the 2023 season. Alright, so first at-bat here, Jazz Chisholm. He's going to send that one to Cabrian. Cabrian has it over to Connor Joe in time for out number 1. So 1 out now here in the inning. And take a look here at the Marlins left. You got Chisholm in center, Brujan at second, De La Cruz in left, Berger at third, Bell at first, Nick Gordon DHing, Jesus Sanchez in right, Tristan Gray at short, and Elise Sanchez behind the plate. The second baseman, Vidal Brujan up, and he rolls that one over the second baseman, Nick Gonzalez, and Gonzalez to first in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down now here, and up comes Brian De La Cruz, and De La Cruz rolls that one over. Right back to Gonzalez. He goes to first. Then it is a quick 1-2-3 inning here for the Pittsburgh Pirates starter Mitch Keller. Now on out of the top of the second inning, as this game is still tied up 0-0. O'Neal Cruz leads things off with a liner up the middle. That's going to be the first base hit of the game here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cruz now 1 for 1 on the season, standing on first base. You like to see that. Jack Sawinski up, the DH, chops that one high. Josh Bell only has one play. That's going to be to tag out the runner coming down the first base line. So runner on second now with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Michael Taylor up, and Taylor drives that one to left field. That one's a back, but De La Cruz has that one, and that's going to be a out number 2. Throws me wide. Berger has that one. Not too bad of a throw right there. It's actually not a great throw at all. McCutchen up now. McCutchen drives that one to left field. And that one's right at De La Cruz. And that's going to be the third and final out here in the inning. So on now the bottom half. Up comes Jake Berger, the third baseman. And Berger rolls that one to O'Neal Cruz. Cruz rifles that one in time for out number 1. So 4 up, 4 down now here for Mitch Keller's. Josh Bell, the former Pirates player, comes up, sends that one to center. Michael Taylor's underneath of it, makes the catch, and that's going to be a quick out, number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, as up will come Nick Gordon, the DH, and Gordon drives that one to right. That one's deep, and that one will be gone. The Marlins getting their first run of the season off of the Nick Gordon home run here. Gordon, not known for his power, brother of D. Strange Gordon, but definitely not known for his power. But pulling that one just down the right field line does put Miami on top here to start off the season. Jesus Sanchez, the right fielder, up, and he'll go down swinging, and that's going to be the end of the second. Grandal up now, the former quote-unquote best catcher in baseball. Never better than JT. Strikes out swinging right there. And up comes Nick Gonzalez, and Gonzalez puts that one on the ground. Knocked down by Braxton Garrett. Garrett to Bell in time, just beating out Nick Gonzalez. Brian Hayes is up for his second at bat of the game as he lines that one up the middle. That's going to get down in the center field. Chisholm has it quickly, and that's going to be a 2-out single here in the third inning. Connor Joe up, and Joe pulls that one to Berger, who just grabs it on the line there, and that's going to be the final out here in the third. Bottom of the third, shortstop Tristan Gray up, and he goes down swinging. That's going to be the first punch out of the game here, second punch out of the game here, actually, for Mitch Keller. Elise Sanchez up, and Sanchez rips that one to right. McCutcheon's got it, and McCutcheon will send that one to O'Neill Cruz at second, cutting off the runner at first base. So a 1-out single there for Elise Sanchez as Jazz Chisholm's up, and Chisholm, he will swing and a miss with that one. Third punch out of the game here for Mitch Keller. Vidal Brujan up, and Brujan rolls that one to second. Knocked down by Gonzalez. Gonzalez fields it, throws to first, not in time. An infield single here on the defensive play there by Nick Gonzalez. That's ruled a base hit. Up comes De La Cruz, and Brian De La Cruz goes down looking to end the third inning. So runners left stranded on first and second as Mitch Keller pitches himself out of the jam here in the third inning. So on now, top of the fourth, here we go. Brian Reynolds up, and Reynolds puts that one into left field, splitting the gap between Berger and Gray. So runner on first base. That'll lead off the top of the fourth inning. So we have Reynolds at first. Up comes O'Neill Cruz, and Cruz sends that one down the left field line, staying fair. Brian De La Cruz has it, but he gets to it too quick, and that's going to be runners on first and second. Everyone just moving up a position here. So Cruz with the single. Jack Sawinski up, and Sawinski rifles that one down to third base. Berger can't handle it. Brian Reynolds scores from second. Brian De La Cruz's throw will be off. And that's going to be a tied game here in the fourth. Michael Taylor up, and Taylor rolls that one up the middle. Gray to Brujan. Brujan to Bell. Not in time. The run does score. So a fielder's choice there by Tristan Gray. Now Andrew McCutcheon up. Here we go. McCutcheon lines that one right to Tristan Gray for out number 2. So now runner on first base with 2 out here in the inning. As Yasmani Grandal will swing and a miss on that slider left high. And that's going to be the end of the inning. Bottom of the fourth, Jake Berger leads things off with a drive to center. Michael Taylor getting underneath of this one. And that one will be the first out here in the fourth inning. So 1 down now here in the fourth as Berger flies out. Josh Bell 0 for 1 on the day, and Bell swings and misses at that slurve. And that's going to be out number 2. That's going to be the 5th punch out of the game. Nick Gordon 1 for 1 on the day with the home run, sends that to left. Reynolds coming in, and Reynolds will make the catch. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4th. On now the top of the 5th inning here as Nick Gonzalez leads things off. Gonzalez strikes out, swinging at the slider low. And that's going to be the first out. And the 3rd punch out of the game for Garrett. Brian Hayes up, and Hayes chomps that one to Berger. Berger to Bell in time for out number 2. So now there's 2 outs here in this 5th inning. As up will be the 2-hole hitter for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Connor Joe, who will send that one to Nick Gordon, who has plenty of time, goes to first in time, ending the 5th. There you go. Hate to see that. Couldn't get anything done this inning. But up comes Jesus Sanchez, the right fielder, who sends that to right field. McCutchen going to get underneath that one, and that's going to be out number 1. So 1 out now here in this 5th inning, as that's going to be now the 8-hole hitter, Tristan Gray, who's 0 for 1 coming up. Gray flies this one to right field as well. McCutchen has it, makes the catch. And that's going to be 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning. Now up comes the 9-hole spot for Elise Sanchez once Tristan Gray gets them. But Elise Sanchez 1 for 1 on the day. Infield fly on this one. Nick Gonzalez has it, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 5th inning here. AJ Puck comes out of the pen for the Marlins. 58 games last season, 7-5, 2 holds, 56 innings pitched with a 3.97 ERA, a 1.18 WHIP, a 32% K rate, and a 5% walk rate. Reynolds leads things off with a line at a third, and that's going to be out number 1. Berger mending the hot corner well. O'Neill Cruz up, drives that one to right center field. That one's back, but Jesus Sanchez has it. That's going to be out number 2 here in the 6th inning. Now up comes Jack Sawinski, who watches the called strike 3 go by. That's going to be a 1-2-3-6. On now the bottom half is Mitch Keller still out here, 81 pitches as he strikes out Jazz Chisholm for out number 1. So 1 down now here in the 6th. That's going to be up Vidal Brujan, who will ground that one to Cruz. Cruz has it. Plenty of time rifling it, and that's going to be out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the 6th inning. And Mitch Keller's pitch count, let's see what we're at, 91 pitches, 92nd pitch of the campaign. Going to be a called strike through on the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. That's probably going to be the end of Keller's day here on opening day. Husker Brazoban, 50 games last season, 5-2, 13 holds, 58 innings pitched, a 4.14 ERA, a 1.43 WHIP, 25% K rate, and a 12% walk rate for Husker. First at bat's going to be Michael A. Taylor, who sends that to left. That's going to drop down. That's going to be a leadoff single here for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the top of the 7th. So top of the 7th getting underway here with McCutchen following suit. Sends that to center field. That one will be just up there a little too long. Caught by Jazz Chisholm. That's going to be out number 1. So 1 down now here for Yasmani Grandal, who sends that one to center field. Jazz Chisholm has it, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now here in the 7th inning, as up will be the 9-hole hitter Nick Gonzalez. I don't know what the hell he was swinging at there, but he swings and misses at that slider right there, and that's going to be the final out. Josh Fleming out of the pen now, 12 games last season, 2-0. 1 hold, a 51 innings pitch, 4.7 ERA, 145 WHIP, 11% K rate, and an 8% walk rate. Ugh. Jake Berger up now. Berger, lefty on lefty. Berger's not doing super hot against lefties in his career. Flies that one out to McCutchen in right field. Fleming now taking on Josh Bell here. Bell, chopper up the middle, almost taking Fleming's head off. That one's up the middle, though. Michael A. Taylor has it, goes into the infield quickly, and that's going to be a 1-out single here for the former Pirate, Josh Bell. So Bell pretty pumped after that one. Nick Gordon up, he watches strike 3 go by. Gordon just watched it. High and in, he gets jammed on it. Not a bad pitch there at all. Jesus Sanchez swings and misses at the 4-seamer, 92 of pure gas, and he's going to be not happy with himself. That's going to end the inning, though. Fleming, that's what you like to see out of the pen right there, a shutdown inning. Anthony Bender, 22 games last season, a 1-3 record, 3 holds, 19 innings pitched, a 3.26 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, 21% K rate, and a 10% walk rate for Anthony Bender. Brian Hayes up, and Hayes sends that one down the left field line. That one's going to get down. That one's going to roll all the way to the wall. Hayes going to run here. Throw from the left fielder is going to be on the line, actually. Not a bad throw at all from Brian De La Cruz. Absolute cannon there. But that's going to be a leadoff double. Connor Joe up, and Joe sends that to right field. That one's caught, though, by Jesus Sanchez, and that's going to be out number 1. No attempt there by Brian Hayes sitting at first base. Brian Reynolds up, and Reynolds infield fly. You hate to see that one. Tristan Gray underneath of it. That's going to be out number 2. So 2 outs now here in this 8th inning. As up will come O'Neal Cruz, who sends that one to right. That one will be getting down off the right field wall. Hayes scores with these. Cruz cruises in the second. And there you go. That's going to be a 2-out RBI double for the shortstop O'Neal Cruz. Jack Sawinski chops that one to Gordon. I'm sorry, Vidal Brujan. And that one's going to go to Josh Bell in time for the final out. Aroldis Chapman comes out here for the bottom half of the 8th inning. 61 games last season between 2 teams. 6-5 record, 14 holds, 58 innings pitched. A 3.09 ERA. 41% K rate for Aroldis here. Tristan Gray sends that one to left center. That one's going to be out number 1. Not a strikeout there from Aroldis. I mean, it is what it is, honestly. But Elise Sanchez up 1 for 2. That's a big strikeout there. 101 on the gun from Aroldis Chapman. The Cuban Missile, he still has it. Jazz Chisholm also follows suit with that devastating splitter. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning here out of the pen for Aroldis Chapman. Getting the job done. You love to see that one there for Aroldis, as he's looking to rebound after a rough last season. Michael A. Taylor 1 for 2 on the day. Sends that one to right. That gets down. That one's going to be picked up by Jesus Sanchez. And that one's going to be a lead-off single here in the top of the 9th. So, 1 on, no one out. Andrew McCutcheon up. He rolls that one to Brujan. Brujan spinning. That one's going to go to Gray. Gray to Bell. Not in time. That's going to be a fielder's choice there. Not sure why he spun there. Took me entirely out of the play, but defensive play doesn't matter. Bell to Gray, back to Bell. There you go. That's going to be the double play they didn't get the last at-bat. Bender gets out of the bend, and out comes David Bednar. So one David proceeds to another David. 66 games last season, 3-3. 39 saves for Bednar. Now here we go. Michael Taylor, first batter of the game, first batter of the inning. Vidal Brujan flies out to center. So one up, 1 down here for David Bednar. He's looking to have himself a repeat All-Star season. Next at bat, Brian De La Cruz sends that one deep to left. That one's back at the wall. Leaping is Brian Reynolds, and that one's going to clear the wall there. That is a solo shot here, and that's going to bring the Marlins within 1. Now, thankfully, we had that RBI double last inning, because if not, that's a tie game and a blown save there for David Bednar. So Brian De La Cruz cuts the Marlins' deficit to 1, as up comes Jake Berger, who swings and misses at 99 inside. So that's going to be 2 outs now here. Josh Bell, 1 for 3, also swings and misses. Back-to-back punch-outs ends the game after the solo shot for Brian De La Cruz. And the Pirates going to move to 1-0 here on the 2024 season. You love to see that for Pittsburgh there. First-time manager Skip Schumacher goes to 0-1 on the season. No, he's not first-time manager. He goes to 0-1 on this season at least. 3-2 is the final score. Keller gets the win, Garrett the loss, and Bednar picks up the save. Mitch Keller also picks up the Pittsburgh Pirates Player of the Game. 6 innings, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, and 1 earned run. But thanks to you two, though. Peace out, rock on, stay super classy. Catch you next episode.